Has your cat been acting a little off lately, but you can't quite put your finger on it? Not sick, not playful, just different? Here's the truth. Unlike humans, when something's wrong, most cats don't cry, they whisper, through their habits, posture, even how they nap. And while it might seem harmless at first, ignoring these subtle signs could mean missing their quiet cries for help. As guardians to these gentle souls, we owe it to them to listen. That's why in this video, we're about to uncover the 20 most overlooked red flags your feline might be sending you right now for help. And trust us, a few of these will make your heart hurt for not noticing it earlier. Let's start with number 20. Inability to jump or climb. Has your cat been acting a bit more sluggish than usual? If you've noticed them avoiding their favorite climbing spots or hesitating to jump onto the couch, there's a good reason to pay closer attention. Just like humans, cats can experience joint pain, arthritis, or back injuries, which can make movement more difficult. While it might seem like nothing at first, these subtle changes in their behavior are actually telling you a lot about their health. Cats are pros at hiding pain, so any change in how they move should be a red flag. You might not notice them limping or whining, but their hesitation to jump could be their quiet way of asking for help. It's time to tune into those little signs. They're trying to tell you something important, like number 19, not using the litter box. Ever noticed your feline friend suddenly avoiding the litter box? It's not just a bad habit, it's a serious sign that something's wrong. When a cat suddenly stops using their litter box, it's often a cry for help. This could point to a urinary tract infection, stress, or even a shift in their behavior due to changes in the environment. Think of it like a person refusing to use a bathroom because of discomfort. It's their way of showing something's off. Whether it's health-related or emotional distress, ignoring this could make matters worse. So what's causing this sudden change? Could it be a hidden health issue or something in their surroundings that's triggering this shift? If your heart sank even a little hearing these signs, you're not alone. Sometimes, it's the smallest changes that carry the loudest cries for help. And the hardest part? Most cat parents don't even realize it until it's too late. But don't worry. Now that you know what to look for, you're already doing better by them. So hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you'll never miss any information about your kitty again. Stay tuned, because if your cat is acting out aggressively, this could be linked to the same underlying cause. Let's dive into the next warning sign that demands your attention. Number 18. Aggression. Have you noticed your usually sweet feline acting out of character, hissing, swatting, or even biting? It might seem like random aggression, but there's usually a deeper reason. When a cat suddenly becomes aggressive, it's often a response to pain, fear, or frustration. Think about it. Just like humans, your cat may lash out when they feel vulnerable or overwhelmed. If something physical or emotional is causing stress, they might act defensively to protect themselves. This is their way of saying, "I need help." And sometimes, it's more than just a mood swing, it's a cry for attention. If you've noticed a shift in your cat's behavior, especially if they're normally calm and cuddly, it's time to take notice. After all, cats don't just wake up angry for no reason, right? Stay tuned, because the next sign might be hiding right under your nose. Number 17. Increased hiding. Have you noticed your cat suddenly retreating to their favorite hiding spots, almost as if they're vanishing from sight? While it's natural for felines to enjoy their alone time, a sudden increase in hiding can be a serious red flag. Think about it. When you're feeling sick or anxious, don't you retreat to your bed or favorite chair? Cats do the same. It's their way of telling you something's not right. Whether it's pain, fear, or stress, they go into hiding to seek comfort away from the world. So before you just shrug it off as typical cat behavior, pay close attention. This can be a sign that your feline friend is silently asking for help. Don't ignore it. And speaking of changes, what happens when their appetite suddenly shifts? Let's dive into why that could be another important clue. Number 16. Change in appetite. Have you noticed your feline friend turning up their nose at their favorite meal? Or maybe they're suddenly acting like they've never eaten a day in their life, begging for more. Either way, a sudden change in appetite is more than just a quirky behavior. It's a serious red flag. Just like how we humans might lose our appetite when we're sick, your cat could be showing signs of illness, stress, or even digestive problems. On the flip side, if they're raiding the kitchen like a starving wolf, it could be linked to conditions like diabetes or hyperthyroidism. Either way, this isn't just a change in their eating habits, it's their way of signaling that something's off. So, before you brush it off as a phase, let's take a deeper look at what's really going on. Which sign tugged at your heart the most? Let us know in the comments, especially if you recognize something your cat's been doing lately. Sometimes the smallest changes speak the loudest, and sharing your experience might just help someone else notice what their cat's been trying to say too. We're reading every single comment, and if your cat could speak, we're pretty sure they'd be reading right along with us. Number 15. Vocalizing more than usual. Ever wondered why your cat's meowing seems like it's reached a whole new level? It's not just your feline friend trying to get attention. It could actually be a sign of something deeper. While some cats are naturally chatty, a sudden increase in vocalizing, whether it's meowing, yowling, or crying, could mean they're feeling stressed, confused, or even in physical discomfort. Imagine if you couldn't explain what was wrong, and all you could do was make noise. Pretty frustrating, right? For your cat, it's their way of telling you something isn't quite right. It could be a sign of pain, anxiety, or even a hidden medical issue. So before you brush off the extra chatter, listen closely. Your kitty might be trying to share something important. Let's move on to another alarming sign you don't want to ignore: vomiting more than usual. Number 14. Vomiting more than normal. Ever wonder why your cat is suddenly throwing up more than usual? While a single hairball here and there might not be alarming, frequent vomiting is a definite cause for concern. Just like humans, cats' digestive systems can be easily upset, and constant vomiting could point to an underlying issue, whether it's gastrointestinal problems, severe hairballs, or even poisoning. If your kitty keeps throwing up, it's their way of signaling that something's wrong inside. Think of it as them telling you, "Hey, something's off, please pay attention." As hard as it might be to watch, ignoring it can lead to bigger issues down the line. And speaking of things you should watch for, have you noticed any sudden weight loss in your feline companion? It could be another sign they're struggling. Let's dive into that next. Number 13. Dramatic weight loss. Have you noticed your cat becoming slimmer, but their diet and activity haven't changed? It's easy to brush off, but significant weight loss can be a red flag. Just like us, when a cat drops pounds unexpectedly, it's often a sign that something's not quite right. Whether it's thyroid issues, diabetes, or something more serious like cancer, those extra pounds aren't just disappearing on their own. Unlike humans, cats are masters at hiding their discomfort, so when you spot weight loss, it's usually been happening for a while. The problem could be metabolic or related to an organ that's not functioning properly, and early detection is key. If your furry friend is dropping weight fast, don't wait. Take action. But what if they're not just losing weight, but also acting more tired than usual? That brings us to the next warning sign. Number 12. Lethargy. Ever notice your cat suddenly lounging around more than usual? It's cute at first, but what if I told you that excessive lethargy could be a warning sign of something more serious? Cats typically sleep a lot, sure, but when your feline friend starts avoiding playtime, skipping meals, or just seems generally sluggish, it's time to dig a little deeper. This could point to underlying health problems, like infections, pain, or even heart disease. Imagine if you felt too tired to do the things you love. It could be a signal from your body that something's wrong, right? It's the same for your kitty. So, before you brush it off, as just a lazy day, keep an eye out for any other changes in their behavior. Speaking of changes, have you noticed your cat's water bowl emptying faster than usual? Let's explore the next sign. Number 11. Unusual thirst. Ever wonder if your cat's thirst is more than just a cute little quirk? If your feline friend seems to be drinking more water than usual or constantly begging for a refill, it could be a warning sign that something's wrong. While hydration is normal, excessive thirst in cats can point to serious health concerns like kidney disease, diabetes, or urinary tract infections. It's similar to how humans might feel thirsty when their body is trying to cope with illness or dehydration. So, if your kitty is drinking more but not peeing enough, it's time to pay close attention. A sudden shift in drinking habits can be a red flag, and catching it early is crucial for their well-being. And speaking of things you need to catch early, did you know that the size of your cat's pupils can reveal even more about their health? Let's take a look at that next. Number 10. Dilated pupils. Have you ever noticed your feline friend's eyes looking unusually wide, even in normal lighting? It's more than just a cute or quirky look. Dilated pupils can be a sign that something's not right. Unlike humans, cats usually regulate their pupils to adjust to different lighting, so when those pupils stay large, it could point to high blood pressure, neurological issues, or even an injury. Think of it like when humans get dilated pupils from a concussion or stress. It's a signal that something deeper might be going on. Keep an eye on this, because it's one of the early signs that your pet may be struggling. So, what's the next clue your cat might be sending out? Well, let's talk about something that could be even more concerning: breathing problems. Stay tuned for what could be a true emergency for your feline friend. Number 9. Difficulty breathing. Have you noticed your cat breathing faster than usual, or maybe even struggling to catch their breath? It might just be a quick sprint. But when your feline starts showing signs of rapid or labored breathing, it's time to pay attention. This is one of the most alarming warning signs your cat could be sending you. Rapid or wheezing breaths can signal conditions like asthma, heart failure, or a respiratory infection, things that require urgent care. It's the feline version of what happens when we struggle to breathe, and it can lead to serious complications if ignored. So, if your cat's breath sounds labored, don't wait for it to get worse. Remember, every moment counts when it comes to respiratory distress. And just when you think things couldn't get more concerning, here's something else that's just as important to watch for. Number 8. Unexplained limping. Have you ever noticed your kitty suddenly limping or walking funny? It's not something to ignore. When cats are this agile, even a slight limp can mean there's something wrong. It could be an injury, arthritis, or a joint problem that's making every step a struggle. Imagine if you couldn't walk without pain. Your cat's feeling it too. They hide it well, but when they limp, it's their way of showing you something's not right. Whether it's a sprain, a fracture, or something more serious, it's crucial to get them checked out. Ignoring it might lead to bigger issues down the line, just like we might push through pain. But our bodies eventually force us to face it. So keep an eye on their movements, because next, we're diving into another sign you won't want to miss. Number 7. Constantly looking for food. Have you noticed your cat always lingering around the kitchen, meowing relentlessly, or constantly looking at you with those pleading eyes? It might seem like a harmless habit, but if your feline friend is persistently begging for food, it could indicate a deeper problem. Just like when humans crave food due to stress or an underlying condition, your cat might be doing the same. Constant hunger can signal conditions like diabetes, hyperthyroidism, or even emotional distress. It's their way of saying something isn't right, but they can't tell you directly. If this behavior becomes frequent, it's time to take it seriously and consult a vet to rule out any serious health concerns. Now, if you thought that was concerning, wait until you hear about what happens when your cat starts obsessively grooming just one area. Let's dive into that next. Number 6. Aggressive grooming of only one area. Why is your cat obsessively grooming a single spot, even though it looks fine? Well, it's not just about cleanliness, because when a cat starts licking or grooming one area over and over, it's often a sign something deeper is going on. Excessive grooming can indicate stress, anxiety, or even an underlying skin condition. Imagine if you were constantly scratching at a spot on your arm. There would definitely be something wrong. Well, your feline friend feels the same way. Cats are naturally clean animals, so when they're overdoing it, they're trying to tell you something. If you notice this behavior, take a closer look at that spot and make sure there's no hidden injury or discomfort. It could also mean your cat is feeling emotionally off balance. So before brushing it off, pay attention to these subtle signs of distress. Now, while we're on the subject of things that demand your attention, have you ever noticed your kitty drooling more than usual? This can be another surprising signal they're sending you. Let's dive into why that happens next. Number 5. Drooling is your feline friend suddenly drooling more than usual? At first, it might seem like no big deal. After all, some cats drool when they're happy or relaxed. But if it becomes a regular occurrence, it could be a sign that something's off. Constant drooling isn't just about a happy purr. It's often linked to underlying issues such as dental disease, nausea, or even a neurological disorder. Just like humans might experience excessive drooling due to a dental issue or nausea, your furry companion can face the same health challenges. It's important to pay attention to these subtle signs. Your cat could be trying to tell you something. Don't ignore the clues. Keep an eye out for these warning signs, because what happens next could be even more surprising. And trust me, the next one might make you take a second look at your cat's behavior. Let's dive into that. Number 4. Sudden behavioral changes. Have you noticed a sudden shift in your cat's personality? Maybe they've become overly affectionate, or perhaps they've gone the complete opposite direction, becoming distant and withdrawn. Either way, it's not just a quirky phase, it's a sign that something deeper is going on. Just like humans, cats can experience emotional and physical changes that affect their behavior. A sudden change in demeanor could point to stress, pain, or even illness. When a usually social cat suddenly hides away, or a normally independent kitty becomes clingy, they're trying to tell you something. These shifts are their way of communicating discomfort, and it's crucial to take note. Ignoring these signals could mean missing the chance to help them when they need it most. And while we're talking about changes, what about their grooming habits? Is your cat suddenly skipping their daily routine? Let's explore that next. Number 3. Loss of interest in grooming. Ever noticed your cat suddenly skipping their usual grooming routine? It's not just about laziness. When a feline stops cleaning itself, it's often a sign of something deeper at play. Just like humans feel too drained to shower when they're under the weather, your kitty could be experiencing depression, illness, or a lack of energy. A well-groomed cat takes pride in its coat, so when it begins to neglect this, it's a silent plea for help. Think about it. If your cat's behavior changes, it could be their way of signaling that something's not quite right. Imagine your own routine suddenly feeling impossible. What would that mean? If your furry friend's grooming habits shift, it's time to dig deeper. Now, let's dive into something even more alarming. The first sign that should get you rushing to the vet. Number 2. Swollen belly. Ever notice your cat's belly looking bigger than usual? A swollen belly in your feline friend isn't just a sign of overeating. It could be something much more serious. When a cat's stomach swells, it can point to fluid buildup, gastrointestinal blockages, or even cancer. Think about it. If a human's stomach suddenly ballooned up, we'd rush to the doctor, right? It's the same for your kitty. This swelling is a red flag, signaling that something is off inside their body. Don't ignore it. If your cat's belly is noticeably swollen or hard, it's time to get to the vet. Fast. The sooner you get a diagnosis, the better chance you have of preventing something worse. Now, what if we told you that sudden aggressive behavior could also be a sign of distress? Stick around to find out more about what your cat's acting out really means. Number 1. Unexplained hate towards people or other animals. What would you think if your normally calm, affectionate feline suddenly snapped at you or other pets? It's not just a bad mood, it could be a sign of something much deeper. When a usually sweet kitty turns aggressive, it's often because they're hiding pain, illness, or even injury. Just like us, cats can lash out when they feel vulnerable or unwell. Their behavior is a cry for help, and it's not something you should ignore. This change in temperament could indicate a serious medical issue or discomfort they can't express any other way. So, before you write it off as simple bad behavior, think about what might be going on beneath the surface. And the truth is, that's just one of the silent ways your cat may be pleading for help. It's easy to miss because they can't speak, but every withdrawn glance, every skipped jump, every new habit could be their quiet cry that something's not right. Want to know what else your little companion might be trying to tell you before it gets worse? Like and subscribe, and stay close to watch our next video. Bye!